I do want to
But
say Liverpool versus Manchester United, right? That game will be significantly more entertaining. I promise you.
Kaibo, how can you call it entertaining? It's not entertaining. It's gonna be like it's like watching
it's a blowout,
it's like
bro.
watching like one. It's like watching a person just like club a seal over the head over and over again. It's not really entertaining. Right.
It's
Okay,
like
Okay.
I'm
watching
sorry.
So
NBA.
welcome to episode 21 of the CoDaKrew podcast, and welcome to our first episode of 2025. We're back with our regularly scheduled matchday predictions. If you don't know how this works, we get 1 point for getting the prediction right, win, loss, or draw, and there are also multiplier rules. Multiplier rules are on screen now. Also on screen now are our results from last week. With those results added, I am now on 100 points. Kaibo is now on 85 halfway through the season. And also one new thing we're starting from this episode onward is we are going to be giving you not just our prediction for who wins, but also a scoreline prediction.
Yeah, thank you, Chris G.
Yep. Shout out to Chris G.
All right, then. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's get started. Yeah.
All right, the first match we have for today is Newcastle, who has been on fire, versus a struggling Tottenham.
Again, okay. Darian, do you want me to go first this week,
I don't
or
really
how do you
care,
want
man.
this?
You
Okay.
do you.
Well, I have I have a really interesting stat I found about Newcastle when I was doing some research, and I just want to say it. Okay. I
Okay.
was laughing pretty hard when this came up. But did you know Isak scored 25 Premier League goals in 2024, and this is the second highest total in Newcastle's history ever, behind Alan Shearer at 27, where he scored 27 goals, which is
Damn.
kind of surprising. I thought like there'd be a lot more goal scorers. Like 25, 25 goals is a lot,
Yeah,
right?
but
But
it's like,
second most in Newcastle's history. That is crazy to me.
Yeah,
But
you would expect Alan Shearer himself to have more than one season where he goes above 25, right?
yeah, for sure,
yeah, that's
absolutely, yeah.
crazy. Especially since, like, Messi pulling up with 91 goals in a calendar year.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, this is Prem goals, but again, yeah, of course. Um, but again, just to go back to the analysis, Tottenham versus Newcastle. Me personally, I have Newcastle winning. Again, Newcastle is on amazing form. They have 5 wins in a row, and Tottenham, well, they're winless in their last 5 Prem home games. So I have to give this to Newcastle.
Dude, I have some crazy notes for this one. You ready? Anthony Gordon, more like bubble Anthony Davis recently with his clutchness. Alexander Isak,
Okay.
8 goals in December. Jacob Murphy, on fire. Newcastle, no goals conceded in their last 4 Prem games. So if you want a team that is going absolutely brazy right now, dude, Newcastle. Also, on the other hand, a tale of two cities, shall we say. Tottenham, 3 losses in a row. Uh, all the defensive injuries I was talking about. Mickey Van last week. Mickey Van de Ven, I think, is still out. Vicario still Romero style, at least based on the research I could do on Google. So with Newcastle's amazing offense and Tottenham's sustained defensive woes, this should be an easy win for Newcastle, and my score prediction is 3-0.
Yep, and for me, I have 3-1. I do believe in, my goat, Dejan Kulusevski. He will clutch up.
Yes,
He
he
will
will be
clutch up.
scoring the
I
goal.
guarantee. I promise you, he will clutch up. You can put good money
1v11.
on that.
Literally 1v11, by the way. Kulusevski, the only player on that team that's still trying.
Really?
No, I
Sun is
know.
not trying anymore?
No, but honestly, yeah, like I have 3-1. But again, pretty similar predictions, I would say.
All right, then. In that case, we shall move on to Man City versus West Ham.
Okay. Well, I know. Okay, this is sort of like an empty stat. I know because this City team that is playing this year is very different from the City teams in previous years, right?
Mhm.
Um, but again, West Ham historically don't have a good track record against City. They're winless in their last 18 Prem games, and City have started to turn it around, kind of. I mean, I don't know, a 2-0 win against a really struggling Leicester side. I'm sorry, Darian. Like, I don't know if you
Yeah.
consider that turning it around, but I just
But
don't see West Ham. Like, West Ham is just like I don't see them going anywhere, man. So I have to give this to City, unfortunately.
Well, I think for me, the way I've been doing City so far is I just do it like on a tactical level. That's worked pretty well for me so far. I think West Ham are actually very similar to Leicester in that we know City's defensive weaknesses by now. Aerial, transition. West Ham isn't really good at either of those things. So just based on that, I think this should be one of those games where City can just win even if they're not playing that well. I have a City 2-0 win for me
Oh yeah,
personally.
me
All right.
too. Yeah, also 2-0. Yeah,
Okay, then you guys are quite in agreement so far.
yeah,
Two pretty easy matches to predict, to be fair.
yeah. That is fair. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, well, I mean, the third match is also easy. Chelsea versus Crystal
Yep.
Palace.
And there's one
Okay.
other stat that will make it even easier, right?
Ooh,
Crystal
okay.
Palace have lost their opening league matches in the last 3 calendar years, right? And they've lost on an aggregate score of 12-2.
Oof.
Yeah, wait, by opening league, you mean like first match of the year, right? Like
First match
first
of
match
the
of the
year.
Yeah.
calendar year.
First
Okay,
match
okay,
of the year.
yeah.
Yes. So they've lost all these matches on an aggregate of 12-2.
Damn.
Again, Crystal Palace is in 15th place. Chelsea's in 4th place. Chelsea, yes, they've had a bad stint. I mean, they lost against Ipswich. They lost against Fulham. Thank you, Ipswich. Thank you, Fulham. As a Liverpool fan, amazing, right? That they were
Yeah,
the
as if
only
they were
threat
ever
for a little bit.
challenging you, bro. They were never title contenders.
They
Well, what is title contenders? What is title
Bro,
contenders?
Nicholas sketching,
no, but they
Nicholas.
were at some point the only thing that kind of worried me somewhat. Like not really, but kind of. But now after the 2 losses, it's over. It's over.
Hey,
I'm
I
fine.
just want to say, a few weeks ago, before those 2 losses, I literally said Arsenal are a bigger threat than Chelsea to you, and you were laughing at me. I don't think you laugh at me anymore, bro. I got that right on. And the
All right.
problem with the Chelsea team is they are too inexperienced, the players and the manager. It
Yeah.
kind of feels like Arsenal a few years ago. So, I kind of like this is just not their year yet. This is a year where they're finally on the right track, but there are going to be slip ups, and they should not be expected to really do much year one of the rebuild with Enzo Maresca. That being said, they should be able to win this because of their recent forms. They can always slip up against a team like Palace that have quality. So while I can see definitely Palace sneaking a goal in because I feel like their attacking has improved recently, Chelsea
hmm
should be in command of this match, and I have Chelsea winning 2-1.
Yeah, for sure. Again, perfectly said. Me personally, I have a 3-1 win for Chelsea.
Yeah,
But I
same.
feel like just looking forward for Chelsea, it's like a really, really promising team. Like, if our big players leave Liverpool, I'm talking about, right? If Salah, Trent, Van Dijk, they leave or whatever happens, right? Chelsea's going to be the new team up there, right? Alongside Arsenal. This team
Well,
looks
alongside
scary.
Nottingham Forest.
Alongside Nottingham question mark as well, maybe.
Maybe, but the problem with Nottingham Forest is that I see a lot of them players like this seems like a team where other players would just start buying. Like Chris Wood is a team that a lot of people need,
That's true.
right? A lot of their players, I see them like it could be like a Leicester situation where
Yeah, they could definitely
give me
just
Conte,
implode.
give me Mahrez, right?
Yeah.
Unless they have, I don't know if Forest have a Jamie Vardy,
Well,
right?
they're
If they
Chris
have,
Wood.
well, it's Chris Wood.
is he though? Is he gonna stay when that big contract comes calling? Is he gonna
Oh,
stay?
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I don't
We
know.
don't know
I don't
that.
know.
We don't know that. So
Yeah.
I would love Forest to be up there, and I feel like Forest, yes, 100% they have the potential to do that. But I just don't know if the players are gonna stay in
I mean,
Forest.
also, isn't Chris Wood like 34 or something? Like, I don't know if clubs are
He's
going to want to sign
33.
him. They did this
They
year.
are,
32,
but it's
yeah.
also the other players around Nottingham that are making, that are doing so well,
Mm-hmm.
So people are gonna come calling. So I don't know how sustainable that's gonna be. But yeah, I definitely, for sure, I see Arsenal, Chelsea, being up there in the next few years.
Yeah.
But for this year, as an objective, I feel like Chelsea's objective should be winning Conference League. Um,
Well,
maybe
I mean,
FA Cup, but are
You
they
can't
even in
call it
the FA Cup
objective when
anymore?
they basically are almost guaranteed to. I think their objective is probably finishing.
bro, Conference League
Yeah,
is
I
Well,
think
getting
top
handed
four.
to
It's
them. It's
top
theirs to
four.
lose.
Yeah, their objective is top four, plus like to get Champions League football and to win Conference League. I would say as a Chelsea, if you were a Chelsea fan and those things happen, I feel like that's a pretty successful season.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess I just want to say, like, I think the most important thing for this year, in my opinion, is the placement.
it is. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah,
all right. If that's it, then we will move on. Okay, so I know we mentioned Leicester somewhere in there, so then we should talk about Leicester right now. Leicester
yeah.
versus Aston Villa.
Hmm. I mean, Leicester 4 losses in a row, winless in their last
Oh,
5 games.
Darian,
They're
it's
hyping up
so
Ruben
tough.
Nistelrooy.
There's a
Oh
reason
my
why I think
God,
they're
our
finishing 19th.
savior has came. I don't know, man. I mean, yikes.
Listen, I understand. It's the hope that kills you, and when a team like this has had no hope for so long, we grasp onto any possible straw, man. You gotta understand.
Mm,
Like
that's
you
fair.
would
Yeah,
you would
Uh,
be like this too if you were in my situation.
I
okay, but
would.
also, Darren, you've never gone away from an opportunity to bash your own team.
That's well, listen. I think I think a lot of Leicester fans have developed like me. At least online, I do see a lot of self-deprecation among the fan base. So I think if anything, I'm actually a good representative of the club.
Yeah, that's fair. But again, I feel like the choice is obvious here. Have to give it to Aston Villa, and I have a 2-1 win for Aston Villa.
I have 2-0 actually because my thing is I don't think Van. I've said this on the last episode. I don't think Van Nistelrooy is a small team manager. He doesn't know how to play with. He doesn't know how to use players that are weaker than the other teams.
Hmm.
Whereas with stronger players like with United, he was overperforming. Now he's underperforming. And I guess just in general for a team like Villa, our biggest threat is still going to be Jamie Vardy, and they do have, in my opinion, the defense in Emi Martinez and damn it, who's their good center back again? Oh, Pau Torres to clutch up. So I don't even see us scoring.
That's fair. Yeah. I do want to say though, 4 losses in a row, winless in the last five.
You
I
about to be
mean,
fine. About to be 5 losses in a
time to
row.
get sacked? Is it time to get sacked?
I mean,
Well,
I
you
can't
just
say that 'cause he just got
hired.
fired. He just got hired though. So I mean, if he does get sacked, then our chance of getting relegated become basically 100%.
It's
Because
true, but
think about the morale of that. Think of the morale of admitting we've messed up twice.
Wait, what's the fastest the coach has ever been sacked?
I don't know. That's something I don't know. I will look into that. I'm actually not too sure.
Yeah, that's a
All
good
right,
question. But
yeah, we'll
usually
get.
they don't sack the managers their first season, no matter how bad they are.
Yeah, and
I
certainly
think
not
that's
after how many games has Ruben Nistelrooy been your manager?
Probably like 6 or 7.
Yeah, yeah,
six,
six
seven. Yeah,
games. Sacking after 6 games is crazy.
yeah, that is true. Yeah. Anyways, we should probably move on.
All right. In that case, let's go to Bournemouth versus Everton. You know,
Bournemouth.
Everton, their park the bus strategy has finally been broken.
Bro,
Yep.
this is gonna be a fun match. This is actually one I really
Man,
struggle
Uh,
to make a prediction
I
for.
just want to
Bournemouth,
say,
they've been on pretty decent form.
yeah,
Have not lost the last 5.
now if you look at their last 5 games, it's actually so funny. So you had that Liverpool game which got postponed, and then they played Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Nottingham. 5 best teams in England. I mean, Newcastle should be there too, but around the arguably top 5 teams in England. So it's so funny to me. But if you look at the matches that they played, draw against Arsenal, draw against Chelsea, draw against City, like that, hilarious to me.
I
Nottingham
mean,
Forest
I
was
guess
able to.
it takes a Nottingham Forest. Not even the cities or the Arsenals or the Chelseas could beat
Yeah,
them.
that is true. Yeah,
I
I mean,
feel like Sean Dyche he might have underestimated Nottingham Forest.
that is true. Yeah, and if you look at the top 4 teams right now, Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest, and Chelsea, there's one team that has zero European legacy, and it's not Forest, by the way. So it's pretty
No, but
funny.
yeah,
But
but also in that game, like Everton did not park the bus.
they did not. Yeah, for sure. But anyways, going
Okay,
back to the predictions.
I don't even know if Dice was trying to not lose though.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he was just holding back.
yeah.
He saw that his team needed a little bit more pressure.
And in my opinion, I think his team still needs a little bit more pressure in his eyes.
Probably they're like still like, a bit clear of the
I'll let you go to
relegation
your
zone.
prediction first though.
All right, sure. So if you look at Bournemouth, they're playing at home, and they're 7 games undefeated, right? But if you also look at Everton, they're also on amazing form, right? Everton have lost. Everton also they've only lost. Wait, hold on. What did I write down on this Google Doc?
They
I'm
only
sorry,
lost
I
one of their
cannot
last
read my
5.
writing. Everton lost first league game. Okay, Everton have lost only one. Like, okay, if we look at the league games, right?
Yeah.
The first calendar year league games, right? Everton have only lost one game in their last 7. And also
Wait, of what?
their
In
last
the league?
win.
Wait, what are you talking? Wait, sorry.
So,
Of
like,
what?
okay, if we look at the games,
Yeah.
the games that are the first of each year, the first of each calendar year, right? Their last
Oh, I know
win
what you're
was from
saying now. Yeah, yeah.
2017.
Okay, yeah.
right? And that was versus Southampton. Like they're not very good opening off the year,
Yeah.
and funnily enough, Bournemouth is also horrible opening up the year too, right? They have only won one of their last 12 games, right? They have 6 draws, 5 losses, 1 win. So
Damn.
funnily enough, these are two teams that are horrible at playing as the new year starts. Um, they're both on decent form, I would say, right? Pretty good form, especially if you look at them. So I actually have a draw here.
Damn. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. First off, clap and a half to Kaibo for that for the crazy statistics and research there. Um, I was basically thinking for this match, this was a very hard prediction for me. This is another one of those matches where I just don't see how Everton can win. However, between a Bournemouth win and a draw, that's a very tough decision for me to make. For me, it's a matter of Sean Dyche, I do think will hold back is one. Another thing is Bournemouth have been very, very good recently, and their central attack stretches out the defense. I've said this many times in the past, but Bournemouth do have one of those teams where through their central attackers in Clivert and Evan Nielsen, it stretches out the attacking line more, and it makes it much harder for Everton to park the bus because the amount of space that they have to control the same amount of players is increased. So I
Hmm.
think tactically this should be good. This should be an advantage for Bournemouth, but I still don't think it'll be easy for them by any means. Even then, Everton can still probably park the bus pretty well. So I've only seen them with a 1-0 win.
I
All
see,
right.
yes, and I have a 1-1 draw. Um,
1-1 draw. Okay.
looking
Okay.
at our next few games, I
Mhm.
only see one other disagreement. I believe so.
Let me take a look at this.
So
Yeah, I can see one if any, to be honest with
yeah,
you.
and funnily enough,
Uh,
that's our next match day
ooh, I don't want
prediction. I
to.
would say.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Southampton
Yep.
Brentford. I think we may
So,
disagree.
and I am decently confident that you're not pulling anything stupid. At least,
Okay.
let's hope so.
Okay.
I think I might have to start using multipliers here.
Okay.
We definitely have to use. It's just a matter of how much.
Uh-huh.
Times 3, times 2, or times 6. Well, I feel like times 6 is just not worth it. That's just
Yeah, I
no.
would agree. I personally, I'll
Um.
probably be at times three, but I'm not sure.
Oh, really? What are you
Oh
putting?
wait, Kappa, you're really gonna listen to Darian suggestions?
Well, Kyle, what are you putting?
I'm
Are you gonna copy me or are you gonna
putting a times 3.
times three? I think I should put times three too in as well because just in case we don't actually disagree, I'll put a times three as well.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So ×3 on both.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Then we shall move on to another one. To our next match. You guys said you might disagree on this one as well.
Yeah, keep it
Southampton
interesting.
versus
Hope we do.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, like, I did a interesting event, I would say. I
I
don't
think
know.
there's really two angles you can go with this one.
There
There's
is.
the there I guess there's the streak and the logic. Which one did you do?
Hey, I mean, well, I have a draw here.
You went with the streak. Okay. Well,
Yes,
that's good
I
because I went
did.
with the logic.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yep.
and
Well,
the
if we look
logic is
at
a Southampton
Brentford
win.
away.
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Well, if we just,
you guys said regression to the mean. Which games will Southampton win?
Leicester.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
I mean,
But
there's a lot of teams worse than Brentford still. To be fair.
there are, yes. But if you just look at their recent form, they have not been playing the best at all, regardless of playing home or away. They just, I mean,
Mhm.
I know they're playing Arsenal, right? But they also lost it. Like they that little streak is like their form is just not the best right now. And
I don't
Southampton
want to
is also
blame them too much because I'm looking at look at their last 7 games, dude. They're literally
yeah,
their last 7 games are all like arguably top six teams.
they
So
are, yeah.
I don't even
But
want to put it against them. Like we're really comparing like the worst team in that mix is Brighton, which is crazy when the worst team we played in the last 7 matches is Brighton, and it's that to Southampton. That's a massive difference.
it is, yeah. But I mean, I also have to go off the streak, man. I don't know. Like
Well, you
I
said
think
the
it's too.
worst team they played in the last 7 matches is Brighton.
You could make an
Yeah,
argument for someone else,
yeah,
but in my
it
opinion, it's
is.
Brighton.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Didn't they just play like Crystal Palace, bro?
What?
What? No, no, no. We're,
What
we're,
do you
we're
mean?
talking about Brentford. Talking about
Oh,
Brentford.
well, Brentford. Oh, I thought you guys talking about Southampton.
No, 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 no. Yeah.
Oh no.
I also think, I think it's about time we have a somewhat decent result from Southampton. Like it's starting to feel bad, you know. It's like
That
helping
is
out
true.
that you know that helpless
Well,
kid.
I
You know?
wouldn't worry about that too much because after this they are playing Man United, so
Oh,
so maybe that might arguably be a better opportunity. I mean,
yeah,
right now
maybe, maybe.
right now I'd rather play Man United, bro.
Hey, you're right. I mean, I would, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just have to go off the streak, so I have a draw, and I have a 1-1 draw.
Okay, yeah, I don't see a huge problem with that. It's just for me. Um, like I understand the Brentford are on a bad streak, but again, you're comparing the worst team in that streak is Brighton to Nottingham. Not Nottingham. The worst team on that streak is Brighton to Southampton. For me, if we're ignoring the mental real quick, if we ignore the mental, then I think that that is such a big difference in quality that I wouldn't even take the streak into consideration at all. And then when we do consider the mental, I think when you have, for example, Brian Bremo was leading the team, he's the main attacker. With someone like that, I think like this team has the experience. They have the, I guess, level-headedness that comes with having veterans in that squad, which I think will prevent them from, having that mental block. And even if they do to an extent, again, it is still Southampton. I mean, they can have a bit of a mental block and be fine. So it's that, and it's also like I understand. Yes, Brentford have, I think, the worst away record in the league, if not worst, second worst. No wins away from home yet, but that surely that ends eventually. And this is by far the easiest game to have the entire season to end it.
You know, funnily enough, I just pulled up the stats here. If we look at pure away record,
Oh my!
Southampton have a worse. Brentford have a better away record than Southampton.
Oh really?
They're
Oh,
both at
wait.
2 points, and they're both at two draws. And Brentford have 7 losses. Southampton have 8 losses.
Oh
But
okay.
the goal differential is what's separating them. So
Okay.
Southampton is -12. Brentford is -10.
Oh, dang.
So
Damn.
uh,
Wait, who's playing at home here?
Southampton is at home.
Southampton's at home.
Oh,
Yes.
how's Southampton's home streak?
I'm pretty
They
sure they
have
also have the
one
worst home
win.
record. No,
They have yeah. I mean, they have 1 win, 1 draw, 7 losses.
that's still the worst home record in the league.
It is the
No,
worst home
honestly,
record. Yeah.
pretty solid. Kidding.
Man, I don't know, man. Just it's fine. Just I feel like let, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to go on a streak. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I get it, but I still do have to give you the times two multiplier though because this is the last time we'll
Yeah, that's
disagree.
fair. And I'll
Maybe.
give you the. I'll also give you the ×2
Yeah,
multiplier. It's a times
valid,
two, right?
valid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Gentleman's
fair.
agreement, you know.
Gentleman's agreement. You're right. Yeah.
All right, all right. Okay, we'll see if you guys are actually in agreement for the final for 3 matches. And that starts with Arsenal versus Brighton.
Man, okay. Arsenal versus Brighton. I just want to say, saw the stat online. I believe 433 posted this,
Okay.
and Arsenal have the most points in the Premier League in 2024 at 84 points. So congratulations, Arsenal. This is the
Woo!
biggest trophy you guys have won, and this is more prestigious than the 2 dinner plates that you won a few years ago and last year. So
Jesus Christ,
congratulations.
man!
Good job. Congratulations.
Holy shit,
Um,
this guy is unhinged. I mean, hey, I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
saying. I feel like when there's no trophy on the line, Arsenal are the best team in the league. It makes sense.
yeah. So, but again, I feel like Arsenal is just they're starting to get consistent, right? I think the form's starting to pick up. And I have to give this to Arsenal, man. 2-0 win for Arsenal.
Yeah, but they just had the setback of Saka getting injured.
That's fine. I
That's what
mean,
makes it a bit tougher for me. But I don't think
it is a
that
bit
is too
tougher,
much.
yeah. I think Arsenal is their defense is just too good. You know, like I don't know.
Oh yeah, down.
Well, I see.
Yeah.
To me, this is the difference between a team like Arsenal and Chelsea. If Chelsea had an injury crisis right now, then I think I don't know what happens to them at that point. That could
Yo,
actually be
if Cole
disastrous.
Palmer gets injured, how's
Cole
Chelsea
Palmer gets
gonna
injured
do?
for Chelsea. That's the difference between a team that is completely inexperienced like Chelsea, yes, a team like Arsenal, which yes, they've never won it yet, but at least the players are experienced. That's the difference.
Wait,
That's
I
why
would
Arsenal.
argue Chelsea was completely okay with injuries other than Cole Palmer. If Cole Palmer stays healthy, that team's fine. They have too many quality players.
What if
For,
like
for
Madueke gets injured? Do you think?
Hmm. I think that's still recoverable. Like
It
that's
is, but
not.
I think that my point is more so that like losing Madueke, for example, is a bigger loss to them in my opinion than like Arsenal losing Saka.
No. What? Get out of
Wait,
here,
wait,
dude.
wait, wait. No. Wait. Let me defend myself.
Oh,
Wait, no. Let me defend myself. Hang on.
go
My
ahead,
point
please.
here. My point here. Chelsea does not have a lot of avenues of attack. I mean, there are players that can get goals sometimes, occasionally. I guess we do have Nicholas Jackson, but even then, Nicholas Jackson, although he is starting to finally score the goals, he is not like a chance creator in and of itself. He is still very reliant on the attack around him to feed him the ball, right? So if a player like Madueke or Palmer gets injured, that hurts not only them, that not only removes themselves as an attacking threat, but in my opinion, that also hurts Nicholas Jackson and just the players around them in general. Whereas Arsenal are a truly diversified attack where we're losing a player like Saka, they can adjust tactically so that is remains as an isolated loss.
I don't know, Madu. But okay, I
Like
understand
tactically, the
Palmer.
team can
But
play independently. If you get what I'm trying to say.
dude, you want to see what happened in that Ipswich game, right?
Sure.
Your gorgeous Madueke got subbed off, bro, because he was playing absolute shit for Pedro Neto. Like, I mean,
Okay, but I mean, everyone has
he
bad games.
obviously adds a lot of creative value. No, I know, but he adds creative value for sure. But it's replaceable creative value. Look at the squad that Chelsea
There's
had.
not. Okay, but
You
like,
put you put Jaden
okay,
you
but
put
Pedro Neto didn't
Jaden
have a good
Sancho in a
game either.
position.
Pedro Neto has not been good this season, objectively.
Okay, sure, but maybe that's because this guy doesn't play.
Cool.
Okay, but no, but that's still my. But I don't think. Okay, maybe if he plays more, he can replace Madueke. But as of right now, I do not see any reason to believe that Madueke is replaceable.
Okay, sure, but dude, they have
Like, see, you're
Jaden
looking at
Sancho that can go
hypotheticals,
there.
whereas Arsenal is seasoned enough that, well, for Chelsea it's hypotheticals, for Arsenal it's realities. That's the difference.
I understand, but it's just if one player doesn't work out, it's fine. They have so many options here. If
They
Pedro
have
Neto doesn't work out, put Jaden Sancho there, right? Put put Joao Felix there if you want to. You know, like
okay. It's again, maybe it can work, but one, we've seen like this logic has failed Chelsea many times in the past few years, and again, I still do. I think okay, if we just look at the starting lineup, uh, Chelsea has less attacking variation than Arsenal do, and while maybe that is replaceable, one, even if it was replaceable, it doesn't add anything. It's just I guess keeping the team steady. So like okay, if what you're saying, if your hypotheses are true, then I could understand your argument. But again, it's just based on what we've seen now. Like I don't trust a team to necessarily be able to function the way that they're quote unquote supposed to when a player gets injured, unless they prove it. Especially with a team like Chelsea, where it's like it feels like in the last few years, 80% of their prospects have been busts.
hmm, that's fair, yeah.
Uh,
But that is true. But I feel like this Chelsea team is you can't really compare this Chelsea team to previous years. Like this Chelsea team is clearly different.
You can't compare
Like I
you
think
can't
it's
compare the starters, but I still don't know about the bench. The bench to me is still very dodgy.
wow,
okay.
really.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I really again, I don't want to pick on Pedro Neto, but I mean, you can look at the rest of the bench too. Is there anyone on the bench who you've been like, yes, this guy's been a really good super sub? I don't see it.
I mean, I guess so. I guess so. And Cuckoo's been decent as a sub. Sancho's been okay,
Just
but
okay, one okay, but and two, I think inconsistent.
that is true. I mean, with players like this, they're not bench players. To be fair, like they're not
Yeah,
just.
that's
You need to
also
give
an
them
issue with
time.
Chelsea.
It's just these players. Half these players don't belong on the bench. To be fair, if you
Yeah,
Oh
to be
yeah.
honest, they don't. So it's just
Yeah.
not who they are. You need to give them
Chelsea.
time to adjust and whatnot. So it's
We
hard to
got a
say,
lot of
but
talent.
I see your point. Yeah. Anyways, we're kind of on this topic for a whole while, man. We should probably
yeah.
move on.
Let's get back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. So I
Then
think basically, I think we both agree that like with a player like Saka getting out, that doesn't hurt Arsenal's attack too much, and so they should be fine.
yeah.
I think they can work around it.
Yeah.
Yes. They
That's
can
pretty
work
right.
That's
around it.
the
I don't know
same
about
Work
too
thing.
around
much.
it.
It hurts quite a bit, but they can work around it. They're good enough of a team to work around it. Yeah.
All right. So what's the scores you guys got for this one?
I have 2-0.
For me, I have 3-1 because Arsenal's been scoring a lot of goals recently.
Okay, fair.
All right. Okay. In that case, we will move on. Fulham versus Ipswich.
I mean, I think this is really straightforward. I don't even know if I have to explain anything. I mean, Fulham has been playing decently, so I have to give this a Fulham.
I'll say a little bit. I'll Fulham unbeaten in the last 7. Squad advantage. Their midfield is way too strong for Ipswich. Ipswich are inconsistent, but at the end of the day, it's one of those games where I do feel like Ipswich have the ability to sneak in a goal or two and potentially even sneak in a win if they really play well. But I think most likely like a Fulham 2-0, 2-1. 2-1 is my prediction. Is
Yeah,
more likely.
that's fair. Yeah, and I have a two. I have a 3-1 win
Okay,
for Fulham.
fair
Yep.
enough.
All right.
I love this
Okay.
game.
All
This,
right.
I mean,
You,
easiest prediction of the week, right? Easiest prediction of the week.
Easiest prediction of the week,
of
man.
course,
Come
you
on.
are. You're gonna be preying on Man United this week. Liverpool versus Man United.
I mean, why would it be putting on me? I don't care.
Man, I mean, I think this is such an easy prediction. Like, just like, dude, Liverpool win.
This is such an
Okay.
easy prediction that I'm not gonna actually. I'm not even gonna
I
say
think,
anything.
you know, this
Yeah.
has potential to be like 7-0 level.
It
Like,
does.
it does. Like, I genuinely, this shit team is coming to Anfield. Like, they're gonna get destroyed. Okay. Um, like,
Yeah, I
we don't
think
even have to play a good game. Like, we just have to play somewhat decently, and we will win easily. So I have a bold prediction: 4-0 win.
I have a 3-0 win, but I do want to say one thing about what you said, Kaibo. This is gonna sound random, but if you had to just give like a rough estimate percentage, what are the odds that a team besides Liverpool win the Premier League this year, just as a percentage? I know this sounds unrelated, but
As a percentage,
yeah,
um,
you don't have to justify it. It's just like
90%.
90
90.
percent. So 10% chance someone else wins, right? For me,
Yes.
it's an equal percentage, 10% chance that Liverpool score 5 or more goals. Actually, not 5 or more goals, 7 or more goals. They match their, that crazy win from 2 week seasons ago.
Yeah, for sure. And
That is the
it's really,
shambolic of United's defense.
funnily enough too. All of our star players, Trent, Salah, Van Dijk, like, these guys are on in contract negotiations, so they're not going to get subbed. By the way, these guys are staying on, and in a rivalry match, historical rival match like this, they're gonna keep scoring. They don't give a fuck.
Dude,
They're at
honestly,
Anfield.
it's the thing with like also like looking at it from the other side. I don't think United just keep disappointing me. Last week I said they were gonna beat Newcastle, and I said that the reason for that, my literal exact reason was because of Lenny Euro. And you know what the crazy part is?
Yeah,
Amarin played tactically as if he was playing Lenny Euro, which is basically having a super high line, right?
yeah.
But then he didn't play Lenny Euro. Like I like what like
Uh-huh.
you have Lenny Euro so you can play a high line, and then you play a high line and you don't play Lenny Euro. Like that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what.
I actually don't like. Okay, I understand Amarin needs time. He's still adjusting, but like, what was the logic in that decision, man?
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, wasn't Lenny Euro really wanted by Madrid? Like, do you feel like he's regretting his decision now?
I mean, I do want to give Amarin a bit more time to adjust, but I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, to be
Uh-huh.
fair, I mean, is he going to play much in Madrid? Actually, maybe. I think isn't Tchouaméni playing center back right now? So I think he actually would get decent playing time.
I mean, they can rotate a lot, right? Because
Yeah,
they
they rotate
they have a
a
lot of
lot.
free games in La Liga. To be fair,
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So, but again, I mean, there's not much to say here. I mean, I think this is the match of the week right here. I will be watching this match. I will be enjoying this match
Of
thoroughly.
course, you'll enjoy Liverpool destroying Man United.
I will. Yeah, this is amazing, man. Perfect game right here,
Yo, but I gotta feel bad for the Man United fans
dude.
if they're in for a beating. Like
Yeah,
that's gotta be painful for them to watch. I don't know
nah,
if they
you're
are
right.
gonna watch this one.
I
it's a
hope.
Let me be
match.
real.
I hope they don't watch. Like, just for their own sake. Like, don't watch. It's gonna be killing, man.
Unless you're like one of the 20% of Man United fans that's like a masochist, then you can watch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Yeah, I guess we don't have. Do you guys don't have anything else to say about this one, do you?
No.
No,
All right, that brings us to the last match of the day: Wolves versus Nottingham. You know, Nottingham is our favorite team, so
exactly.
come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty obvious. I think Nottingham, as we've mentioned before, they have the best form in the league currently. Unfortunately, I mean,
Well,
I would
unfortunately,
argue Liverpool.
Unfortunately.
No. Okay, sorry.
Unfortunately, what are you
Let
talking
me
about?
rephrase. Let me rephrase that. What I mean is that like if you look at pure results, they have the best form in the league. If we look at just actual football, right? Liverpool have the best form in the league,
Wait, what
right?
do you mean
Despite
actual football? You're saying that as if Nottingham didn't deserve their wins.
no, they do. But I'm saying from like if you look at how they're dominating games, right? The style of play, right? The goals that they're scoring, just the way that they're passing around, the way that they're moving. Liverpool have been the most dominant. If you look
I
at
would
pure
argue that
results,
Nottingham look a lot like early season, like Arne Slot, where the scoreline may not look that insane, but they are dominating still.
Yeah,
I'm
by
not
the
talking
end of
about the
the
scoreline. No. But dude, you gotta understand. Like, of course, Nottingham's dominating, but Liverpool's just on another level right now.
I get
Like,
that. I just want to stick up for Nottingham a little bit.
no. I understand. Nottingham's still playing amazing, but I just feel like there's just levels to it. Like, if we look at pure results, of course, Nottingham is best form right now. But if we just look at style of play, the way they're playing, there's no team in the world at all. It's not even a knock on Nottingham, right? There's no team in the world that has as good of a form as we have right now.
Yeah.
So,
all
but
right.
again, Nottingham is just playing amazing right now, right? They're constantly surprising me. I'm not gonna lie. They're playing against Wolves. Surely they win, right? Don't let me down.
Of
Come on.
course.
So
No, they
I
will
have to
win.
give this to Nottingham. I have a
Yeah.
You know what?
2-1 win simply because I mean Wolves score a lot of goals, surprisingly.
Kaibo,
Um,
are you ready to hear my scoreline prediction?
oh my god. Okay, go ahead.
I have a Nottingham 4-2, and I think this is going to be by far the most entertaining game of the week.
That's fair. No, I think,
And
dude,
I mean, dude, both
Liverpool,
their
Man
teams
United.
have
Seriously?
amazing attacks. That's the thing. I mean, Wolves has no defense, and that's why Nottingham's going to score like 4. But
Yeah.
from a
No, that's
pure
fair.
neutral
Well,
standpoint, this is going to be amazing.
well, the thing is, so like ever since Wolves fired Gary O'Neill, they've been playing better.
They have
They have, yeah.
what 7 points for the last 3 games. That's very impressive.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. But I do want to
But
say Liverpool versus Manchester United, right? That game will be significantly more entertaining, I promise you. I'm calling it Mohamed Salah will have over like 4 or more goals and assists.
Kaibo, how can you call it entertaining? It's not entertaining. It's going to be like it's like watching like
it's a blowout,
it's like
bro.
watching like one. It's like watching a person just like club a seal over the head over and over again. It's not really entertaining. Whereas
It's
Okay,
like
this game
watching
is
an
okay.
also
NBA team
end-to-end
dominate by
football.
like
Like it's
50
more
points,
entertaining to watch
bro.
2 teams playing end-to-end football than one team having all the possession and playing end-to-end football.
Okay, no. I agree with you, but I'm talking about this game from like a Liverpool fan perspective. You got to understand, we're
Okay,
playing
I'm
our
talking from a
rivals here.
neutral. I mean from like for a neutral, the
Okay,
Nottingham Forest
for a
fan.
neutral
No.
perspective, I do have to agree with you. But from a Liverpool fan perspective, I still have Manchester United versus Liverpool as
Okay,
my
but why are we talking from
game
a
of the season.
Liverpool fan
Well, yeah,
perspective?
of course, from a Liverpool fan
No,
perspective,
because I'm a
Liverpool
Liverpool
wins
fan.
most of their
Can I
games.
not talk
Like,
from
what are
my
you
own
saying?
perspective? Okay, anyways, okay, before we end this off, there are some things I want to talk about. I have a few hot takes I want to
Sure.
give you guys about Liverpool Mohamed Salah, and I want your thoughts on this, okay? I just want
Okay.
to leave some final remarks, okay?
Okay.
Mohamed Salah has he is a better Premier League player than Thierry Henry.
Um. Okay. I have to admit, I had to do a bit more research to conclusively answer this, but my gut instinct is yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And legacy wise, what do you think? I understand going invincible and
Legacy
whatnot.
wise, no, I think
Legacy
Premier
no, no,
League
wise,
no.
legacy.
The Invincible doesn't matter as much to me in my opinion. I think legacy wise, it's actually the deal has actually been sealed for Mo Salah.
Yeah.
That
So
might be an even hotter take, but this is for me because one thing, one thing that we don't really talk about, even if we just get rid of the football real quick, I think one reason that really puts Salah ahead of Henri in this situation for me is just the nationality. Like Henri as a French striker is, I mean, it's a dime a dozen, man. Like France has a goated striker like every generation, but Egypt in Egypt, like Mo Salah is gonna be a national treasure forever, dude. Like just
that
think about
is
that.
true. Yes, and another thing to add on to the Invincibles, like obviously it's amazing going invincible, and funnily enough, us as Liverpool, we're probably, I swear we're not gonna go invincible because of Nottingham Forest. I swear,
That's hilarious.
but
Hey, what if you lose 2 matches this season? Those are the 2 Nottingham games.
oh my god, honestly,
Are you playing
respect.
Nottingham next week? I don't know. They could win. They could.
No, unironically they could for
Uh-huh.
sure. But I feel like that Invincible season is one of the most overrated seasons ever. I mean, you had 12 draws, buddy. You know, like it's Invincible, sure, but it's like, dude, like I don't know, man.
Okay, but
But
I don't know if I agree with that part because like you can say because points wise it's not that impressive, but we still do have to give credence to a team that like never loses. Because like if we're gonna use the same argument, I feel like we would be docking Liverpool more for having those two draws back to back than we are. Because we recognize that while they got two draws, that's more of it on a bigger picture, that's more of a byproduct of their ability to play solid and not lose games than it is for their ability to maybe get the most points. So if we're gonna apply that logic to Liverpool, we should apply that logic to that same logic to the Invincible team.
I understand what you're trying to say. But when someone says you're going invincible, right? They don't expect half your games to be draws.
Okay, it's not half, man. Come on.
I mean,
Alright, so
12,
it's
26 wins. It's half. It's half.
what? Wait,
26
wait.
wins,
It's like a
12
third
draws.
of their
That's like a
games.
third, bro. That's like less than a third. What do you mean?
Okay. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, that's not really something you expect. When you say a team goes
No, bro. But
invincible,
Kaibo, here's the thing, though. You're saying that's one of the most overrated seasons in history. I'm saying because of what I said, it's kind of impressive. It's not kind of. It is impressive
Look,
objectively. It's pretty
it
I
impressive
is
think it's
impressive. It is
because
impressive
everyone
impressive.
anytime you
and because
see the
Kaibo, a lot more
zero.
people think like you than think like me. So with those two things combined, how can you say they're severely overrated?
No, okay, I understand that, but I promise you, people only hold that season up there because they went invincible. I promise. If you have one loss, and
Dude, but
are you
who would
seriously
even
telling
hold
me
a
that
season? They're
one
like that
game?
besides Arsenal fans, though.
No, but are you telling me losing one game should impact your legacy that much? Right? If they
Yeah,
were 12,
Yeah,
11,
dude,
and
it
1,
does.
people would not be hyping up that season as much as they do right now.
Of course, but the zero loss against one loss is a huge difference, though.
uh-huh. No,
Yeah, I mean,
I
dude,
think
come on. On a grand scheme of 38 games,
no. It's not about. I don't think it's about how much like actual impact it has to points or anything like that. It's just mostly just because it's the zero in the loss column.
all right.
Yeah,
Like
So
that's
you
if a
just
just don't
team
see
went
that.
the
if a
symbolism.
team had 0 wins and 38 draws, that's also invincible too, no?
No, but Kaibo, okay, about the zero win. Oh, sorry, that's not the same place as where I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna say because like if we flip this on its head, for example, imagine a difference between a Premier League team that wins one game in a season and zero games in a season. We would see that as a very big difference, wouldn't we?
Um, Not really.
Come on, no,
I
be
wouldn't.
objective.
I
That would be a
wouldn't.
huge difference. Okay, maybe you wouldn't, but the average fan absolutely sees that as a very big difference.
Sure, but it's very misleading though.
Okay, yeah, you can call it
It's
misleading, but it doesn't matter.
extremely.
Who
Yeah,
cares
but
if it's misleading?
we shouldn't be judging an entire season, someone's legacy based on one game.
Okay, but we are. You can't change people's opinions.
One game that doesn't change the result. Whether or not you win that game or not, you still win a title. You're not going to lose anything. It's not a final.
No, but okay, sure, but it's like, but who cares though? That's not like how a fan thinks. You
No, but
can't
people
force that.
hold that like.
You unless you force that opinion onto people, it doesn't matter.
Okay, all right. I feel like this opinion. Okay, this is going on for a little
All
too
right,
long than I expect. But I have one last take I do want to say. Okay,
sure.
Mohamed Salah, Mohamed Salah is the closest player in terms of play style that we've seen ever, and that we've seen. Okay, wait. Oh my God, I'm stuttering. My bad.
Oh my
I
god,
will restart that. Okay, Mohamed Salah is the closest player.
Mohammed.
Mohamed Salah is the closest player in terms of play style that we've ever seen to Messi.
Hmm,
Oh.
Ever.
that's true. That's accurate. Yep, that's right.
And I was really thinking about this, especially if you look at that last goal, because this really came to me when I was watching that last goal. When he scored that fifth goal, against West Ham, right? You just got like Salah going down straight down the lane, right? Like just dribbling, doing his body feints. Like that reminded me of Messi so much.
I
And
actually have one other shot for that. I don't. I do agree with you, but I have one other shot for that. That's
let me
also
guess, are you gonna
commendable.
say Eden Hazard?
No, actually,
Who are you gonna
I was
say?
actually going to say him and Son.
No, cannot. No.
No, dude, because I was thinking about like how Messi dribbles through a bunch of teams. Sometimes one player who's known for just dribbling past entire teams in this generation is Son.
No. But it's also dribbling
No, that's
style.
cheating.
No. It's also dribbling style It's the finesse that they got. No.
Oh, how it looks.
Yeah, okay, you know what? I guess, but I guess, but if we're just talking about from the perspective of that last goal that we saw,
Yeah.
that was kind of a sun to me. I don't know.
I also do have to say, it's also the passing. It's the vision. That's something that Son lacks. I feel like that. I mean, not he doesn't lack it, but it's not on the level of Salah and Messi.
No, that's true.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyways, those are my takes for today. Just wanted to put that in
Oh, by
out
the way,
there.
editor, I know this is getting long, so if you want, you can just make this a separate video. Honestly.
Yeah. Do what you want, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Whatever. We'll talk about it later.
All right. Yeah. So is that all we have to talk about today?
Yeah, man. That's all I got. Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. Everyone, thank you all for watching. And we're starting off 2025 on a very positive note, I hope. Yeah. So drop your thoughts below. We appreciate you all, and see you next time.
All right. See ya.
And please like and subscribe.
Yep.